quality that you have. So in that case, I will say, in this context here, I would say the degree itself is not bad to have a degree. It's good to go to school, get your degree. But now you should be able to back that degree with your knowledge. Yes, your skill level you should be able to back it. Uh, because if we believe on the degree that we're having from our area here, is not in terms of skill base. It's not skill educative. It's more of theory, and it's not the best. But now some companies need you to have those degrees before they can even look at your file or your CV. Unless you know somebody that knows somebody that can take you based on recommendation without a degree, some of them won't even look at your file. So I would say it still has its position, it still has its value, but the individual studying should be really honest with himself and say, "Oh, I have a degree in accounting, but do I have the skills of an accountant? If I don't have it, then maybe I should go for a training somewhere that will give me those skills so that I can now back it up on my degree that I have." In respect to that, you don't now weigh on the fact that, oh, you have a degree but you don't have the skill, or you have skills but you don't have a degree, because any of them can open you a way to some into your entry level job for those that are looking for entry level job. But overall, at the general level now, I would say a skill is more better than a degree because, first of all, when you're skillful at something, you know that you're skillful at it. You first of all add your self-esteem and your bargaining power if you are going for a job, because you know what you know, and you know your value. And like any successful person, I would say, has always been good at something. At the end of the day, was key for something. It could be in a technical knowledge, in a technical field. It could be in a soft skill like sales or communication, because at times people think sales is not a skill. It's a skill. There are some people that are very skillful just because they know how to sell. I'll tell you an example of, I think I have my time. I'm not seeing my time. Okay, I still have some time. I'll take an example of cosmetic product. There are some people that are in this cosmetic product and they do make a lot of money, not because the product they are selling is actually the best cosmetic product. It's just because they are very good at sales and marketing the product. And so they're able to make money out of it because they are really good at their sales skills. Now there are some other people they are in the cosmetic product. They don't have skills. Are not good at sales, but they know the formula of cosmetic product, and they know that if you come to them, they taste your skin and say, "Oh, your skin. This is your skin. This is dark skin. This product is best for you. It's going to work," and they know it because they are the one that produce the product and they have that technical expertise. Now, when somebody uses that product and it's working, automatically it will refer people to a shop or to a shop that, oh, this person gave me this treatment, it's working. And so that one will market itself because of the know-how of the product. So at the end of the day, it boils back to how skillful you are. That will give you more leverage than any other thing because it will help you to be more autonomous. Now, if we take an example in the US now like this, there's kind of also a clash between the degrees and the vocational training because people are going to degree, they're going to follow 4 years degree, 3 years degree, and they come back, they don't have job. But recently, because of the the boom in the AI sector, there's a lot of work for people that are building data center. And so they're recruiting a lot of people that don't have degree, but they are good in carpentry, electricity, and those kind of plumbing job. Those are jobs that I don't go to university for 4 years or 3 years, but you just go to a vocational center and you get them. And the demand there is so high that uh, people even earn 200,000 200,000 a year now. They are paying for carpentry work. So at the end now, you just come back again to your skill. How good is your skill? If you have a degree, ask yourself, can you back the degree? So I'll end there for now. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. What happened to everybody? Now the third question. Mr. David.
Not perfect. Can you come up, please?
Your service, ma.
Hmm?
At your service.
Okay. Can someone truly compete at the highest level in industry like healthcare, law, and engineering without formal education?
Without formal education? No.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Elaborate.
Yeah, because the areas you just mentioned are areas that need formal education. Yeah. Law, you need a formal education, not just your skill. Nursing or healthcare, you need a formal education. All these will get you through the theory, then before you can practicalize. And all this theory will need to come through a formal education aspect of it. So for someone to be a proven lawyer, a healthcare practitioner, an engineer, you need to have some formal education to understand where you are going to, what your area of specialty entails, what the profession entails, what is required of you. It's not just about the skills. These are skills which you obtained through or on the job, but the education, the formal education has provided you with the principles of those skills. Not necessarily everything which is needed, but it has given you a foundation. It has provided you with some basics or essentials which is needed. You can't you can't just become a lawyer without going through a law school. And besides, even if you know the law so much, you must be given or you must be granted into the bar. And one of those requirements is that you must present your law school certificate or a degree. You can't become a doctor without being licensed. You can't become a nurse without being licensed. And one of the requirements of that licensing must be a formal education, right? So these are fields which requires formal education before you get into the skills which is needed in the career to practice. So basically, these professions or these fields which you just mentioned are fields which requires a lot of formal education, and not just the skill at the beginning, but it requires a lot of formal education before you can become competitive with your skills added to it, with your experience added to it. It will make you very, very competitive. So yes, you need a formal education for this one. That's
So
my
you
point.
you can compete without a degree. Thank you.
So just to add, it still has a minute. Yes. Those areas you mentioned, you cannot practice without that, because you have to go through the formal education, as he says, and your skills have to be checked and pass those skills check before you even get into your examination board, before you even get licensed, before you even get to touch anybody, and before you even get to the level of providing care in terms of medical. Somebody has to train you extensively. Policies and procedures have to be understood. You have to understand the compliance part of it. It's not just going there. You have to understand the compliance part of it, because it will definitely catch up with you when you get out there in the field. So there's a lot of regulations that have to do with that. You have to understand the government part of the regulations. You have to understand what you are needed to do and how you need to carry yourself. And through the bar, as for lawyers, there's no way you can sit anywhere and judge any case if people don't see you in that attire. You cannot go and buy it. It has to be given to you, and there's specifics. So if you wear the fake one, they will know. So just something that's circulating on the social media today, which you saw, I think every medical person has seen it. That is professionalism. This guy that is showing some picture how he's about to do a Foley cath, and he put all kinds of things there. Things like that is professionalism, because if you understand the ethics of the job, those things you're not going to do it. So that is why that formal education is needed, and the skills check are also needed for you to be able to provide care in the medical field.
Thank you. Doctor, your turn. Are we seeing a shift where experience is replacing education, or is that only true for certain industries? That's only true. So, is that only true for certain industries?
Can you take that back again?
Yes. Are we seeing a shift where experience is replacing education, which in this place is formal education, or is that only true for certain industries?
I would say it's only true for certain industries because, like we just mentioned, based on the last question, there's nowhere you be in the medical field practicing without a formal education. In fields like tech, I could see experience. Things like sales and marketing, I could see that happening just with training on the job, and that happening. To be an entrepreneur these days, you don't need no degree. You just need to have capital, and you hear something online, you decide you want to sell, you want to do business. So there's some certain areas I feel like, just having experience, you don't need education to actually thrive. You do well with it, but there's certain parts that you definitely it's non-negotiable. Like we talked about healthcare, we talked about law, engineering, especially aviation. If I want to see you in the cockpit, I need to know for sure you've been trained to do that. So it's very important and things like that. When we just had a conversation about this. They were looking at to bring in lesser certification for those that want to be in government in certain roles, and they was like, no, 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 you have to be trained about government regulated roles before you can even sit or ask for those offices. So it's very important. So I don't think those ones can be replaced because of the sensitivity. Like Pretty was saying, based on ethics and so much that's been backed by this field, there's so much we have to do and remember that you can't just have anyone. We know this back home, that we go everywhere, there's pharmacists, everybody's a pharmacist, but without education. But they're doing it. So, and I've drug medication from them places. So I'm just saying, and I always say it's the grace of God that kept us. But some of them, they'll tell you they learn from their parents, and those skills we
Like,
can't check. We can't check those skills, and to know that we might have lost some people based of those combinations that come up from those places is heart wrenching. So, but what can we do? There's no typical. So it depends on the setting too. When we see all these things, based on where you are, the laws in that area might be different. But I know for sure, for medical, you have to be practiced. You have to have had a formal training before you can go into those places and things like that. Yeah, a business management um industry, that if you want to be a business manager, it depends who wants to have you there without you showing some kind of training or skills, but it is. And another thing I want to say, when we talk about um skills is hard for someone that's been in position that are higher. Looking at you, I can't tell what you're good at, but you see the degree that you put on your resume, that's what people filter based on. Sometimes you see they say bachelor's degree preferred, and then you put it, you might have the skills, but you see when someone comes with a bachelor and they don't have as much skills as you are, they're going to take that person first, because one, it takes a skill and it takes discipline to acquire a degree, whether we like it or not. It takes consistency and discipline to acquire a degree. So they're thinking in their head that, okay, we take someone with this degree, they will be easy to train. they'll be reliable and things like that. So there's so much that comes with just someone having a degree. So, and sometimes going to hire, those are some things that they place before us to hire people. They'll say, okay, if you when we see someone, they'll say, oh, someone comes with the position, we only need a bachelor's degree, and someone comes with a master degree, less experience but higher degree. First thing, that's the first person they're going to reach out to. So we always, as much as skills is selling now, or you want something to open the door for you, which is that piece of paper, that degree. It opens the door for you, and the skills help you stay longer and thrive in the job. Because when they hire you and they get to see you perform, then it's easy for you to rise. But if they don't know you from anywhere, they're going to pick that person with a degree over you anytime, any day. So I can't see my time, so I don't know if I'm going past my time. So there's nothing on my book. So
Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead. I
yeah.
think
So
you exhaust your time, but if you have more to
oh,
say, it's okay.
no, that's just I just like yeah. So that's why I don't feel like it can replace everything, but I feel like it can replace some things. And again, if it's those areas that can be replaced, no, you can get higher, of
I
course, in
am
the
back.
marketing sector. With the marketing sector with no degree. But guess what? They're always going to put someone with a degree to be your manager, your director. So if you want to grow faster, you still need that piece of paper somehow to climb the ladder to get into those positions, especially with these big cups. Yep. So I'll rest there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Doc.
You don't tell hear the voice. You don't
Bros
tell.
Frank,
Papa
I
country
know.
country
I know you don't
busy.
stay, no, don't come now.
Don't
Now
No say
Casey
tell.
meet them
define
the come
money.
now.
Me define money will catch up Christmas over
Meet
your
them the
house.
come. Meet them the come for you. But they never really tell you that
That's
background
small
story.
meet
When they
them.
tell you that stuff.
No small one.
Hey, I sure say I get
They
more
keep
space
una
now.
busy.
I guess
If
more
you
space
answer
now.
your question now, Don.
Okay.
Bros Frank, you're welcome.
The question now, which I know
Um,
here.
who has the advantage in earning potential over time? Skill, um self-taught individual or degree holders?
Okay. Wow. I think if it is over time, we need
If
all.
it's a degree person, over time a degree person.
We, we
Anyway,
need
that's
all.
me.
This is the angle I'm coming.
Yes, sir.
You cannot. That's why I've been telling people, in as much as you have a skill, it is good. I don't encourage people to go to university because they want to go to the university. No. I encourage people to further in the field of trade, in that profession, so that you can have that document. Let me tell you, as a motor mechanic, that I just left first school advanced level and go and learn how to repair cars, and somebody who learn after that continue in that trade is going to be better than that. And that's why you see most of those people they earn at a particular circle, they cannot go further. Even within yourself, because you don't acquire that skill. So when you go school, go rich, you get away the make them, you know how to explode. But when you only go that when you go learn that trade, you just can't you don't say learn that trade. Now true if it's something, but when you want go for the kind level you get for go that you need that degree. Because the way you the operate now it would be different. Even like an individual who you want to look for job, that degree. Because I don't know what people don't talk because I know the issue here is that before you want to apply for a job, they're not going to see your skills. So they need that certificate first. Then, before now, your skill can keep you there. Then just imagine you have the certificate and the skills are there, and you see the level that you go. It's going to you have to go beyond more than somebody who just have that degree. Okay, let me give you an example. When Toyota,
We didn't need
when
you
Toyota,
just show he didn't want to bring you up. Kev, you're welcome.
when Toyota launched when Toyota company was trying to build a Toyota company, they were inviting people with degrees. But there was a guy called Soichiro Honda. He didn't go to school, but he was doing stuff like that. He went there. They said, "Oh my friend, we don't need this thing now. We need people degree and stuff like that. And he
I
got
like him
angry
looking,
and
huh?
he went and started his own company. I mean the Honda company you are saying.
Oh wow.
But yes, the guy he's Soichiro Honda is of late. But now he
Mm-hmm.
needed people with degree to continue the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was just at the level of he was just doing something like that. And now he said, how can I do this?
Mm-hmm.
He also have to learn people to come with the degree. That's where he understand now that, oh, Honda was needing these people because of this. So in as much as you
Mm-hmm.
have skill, I always encourage people to go in for degree as well. Further in your field. Go and have a degree. Even you are electrician, go further and learn most of these things. Look, from the field, there's a way you understand things different. Even though also it is theory, but there's a way you understand, you raising things, you calculating different from somebody that is just having that mindset at the level of this is what I learned and stuff like that. So I encourage people to have the two. Even if you are even if you are we can do it online. We go from this, so we have some of the studies that you do it online and you have it. It's going to help, believe me. So that is I prefer both of them.
Okay.
Let
Thank.
me use his minute to say something regarding that. I had a nephew.
Mm-hmm.
I saw doctor writing some over there. Reminded me. I had a
Mm-hmm.
nephew who also learned motor mechanics and stuff like that, and he finished, but when he could not write fact 2 for his customers and stuff for payment, so we sent him back to go and learn and write so that he can understand how to write it, do his own accounting and write his fact 2 and give people make for people to make payment, because he couldn't write it, so he couldn't do any bookkeeping for his business, and so there was no accounting, there was nothing. So there is need for to have both at some point as you advance in your business, to have some level of education as well as to have some
Thank you.
to have the
Yes.
skills. Just to add to what Don was saying, yes,
You
it's
need
important.
look, you need how to take stocks, you know how to do the management stuff, and most of those things when you go to school, there's a way you program yourself, and when you see the way you talk, even to customer, they'll say, no, I think this person is better than this. There's way you approach the pressure, you understand why you have to act in that way, then you have to excel more than those guys. So I just believe the two, very, very important.
Okay. All right. Now, I will. Bruce Frank, how are you, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Good morning.
Okay. Okay. Morning. Now, what you have your question? Is the education system producing job-ready individuals or graduates who still need to be trained from scratch?
Uh, Cameroon, as a case study, I think that the Cameroon system of education are producing graduates that need professional training to gain skills. And talking about that, uh, if it depends in the field also. If that graduate, say that person, anyway, Cameroon schools are not equipped, so they produce graduates that need training. So the schools are not equipped. So I don't want to let me not say excuses, because when I was doing electrical engineering, I in Form 5 I did electronics first. I did not know what was called oscilloscope, but I could do all the calculations that a oscilloscope can produce until I went to Canada Kumba, a school that was equipped. That was when I saw it physically. So that was when I saw it physically. So from there, I realized that there's a lot. And that is also the main reason to why you see somebody graduates in a particular field and goes to maybe look for a job. They will say, do you have work experience? Because they know that practical skills are very, very important. So I think the two are very, very vital. And you made mention that which one is more profitable, advantage based on longevity or
The
maybe
formal
time.
education over time.
Yeah. So I believe that having a skill, even if you are skilled, self-taught skill, needs an educational part of it, because the educational part of it is communication, interaction, critical thinking towards the people that comes to you. You have customers who are not skilled. They have different ways of communication. You have a market you need to win. You are dealing, we have competitors. So that is where the educational part is very, very vital. Communication, market choices, branding, and all those things, and how to present yourself. The skill set is there. You can produce it very well, but how do you market it? How do you approach your customers? Also, those two, they go hand in glove. So I think that they are very, very important. So you can't go with one. If you go with one, then you just want to earn a living. But if you go with the two, then you want to expand. There's a probability that you will survive. If you don't have bigger dreams, you will still earn your living. But if you want to be an empire, they need to expand more. After the skills, you need education, or maybe you can having the skills and education at the same time, but know that you need to go more, have more in education, and it will open you to more doors, attending seminars and knowing how to communicate and knowing leadership positions and all those management positions. That is being taught in school. That is things that you need to know, because people come in different systems, the communication, cultural aspects also that deals in business. So you have a culture, you have a people, you have a mannerism, you have presentation and all those stuffs. That has to do with education. So skill is a skill, education is education. Oh, but the two, they need to come in order for you to reach a certain dimension. Say you are up there. So I just rest my case. I will rest it there. Somebody might have something to add.
Okay.
Yeah, if I
Kev
have to use
Connect.
1 minute for him.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead and use it.
So to me, especially back in Cameroon, the,
Mm-hmm.
there is no skill. We don't develop any skill in our educational system. There's no skill developed. The curriculum is first of all very poor, and someone will graduate from a university and cannot use the degree he has acquired to translate it because he lacked the skills or he lacked what he needs to be out there in the market, because the program didn't equip them to be to face the career market or out there. So first of all, it's the first thing is just the educational system from basic. I don't see the skills that anyone will come out with after doing A2 or A1 or A4. There's no skill developed or acquired from those things. The technical education was even better, but my brother is complaining that they had no equipment. But with all the general education, it was very poor. Nothing A2, A3, if I get A's, there's nothing, no skill acquired there. It's just a waste of time.
I think, let me also come here. When you see the people, you say A to A3, I think people who go into a course should be able to live from there and go into apprenticeship. Okay, those are the areas people don't take advantage. That's why I will still say this. Most Cameroonians, when they already leave school, those degrees, they think they have arrived. But forgetting to know that after that, you still need to go into the practical field. And that's where you see the issue of the apprenticeship that we have been saying is being required. Because from the knowledge you must have studied econs, stuff like that. Then you have to come down to where somebody will give you the practical aspect that maybe you learn how to understand the customer service, communication, manage pressure, risk taking, stuff like that, the practical aspect. That's where then the two can merge.
Want to do history lecture philosophy. What kind of skill we want to do? What do you really want? History lecture philosophy.
My brother, I'm not getting you.
History lecture philosophy. What do you want to get? What do you want to do? What skill?
His
What history lecture philosophy? What do you want to do? I'm confused. Nothing.
That is the problem we are having with what there's what they call
Defense can do nursing.
To do which nursing? That's how they.
Nursing,
That's how. That's how they are full everywhere in nursing school. A1, A2, everywhere in nursing school.
yes,
Anyway,
my brother.
it's helping them.
The what you are saying is
Leave
true,
me to
but this is where
biology.
Okay. We'll come to this
what you
part.
are saying. Yes, what you are saying is true, but this is there's something when you leave school. I don't know, from primary to when you have to go to secondary school. There are some people who come and talk to you. How do they call those people? Pillars of
Counselors.
position. Bravo. That is
Counselors.
good. We need counselors at the beginning for people to know why they are going to school. People are just excited. If you hear from the moment I was telling you that people, when you want to go like to the university or some other, you must have understand what you are going. They don't just go because you see people going. We have seen situations like that. Until when you have counselors, you ask questions before you know what you want to go into. Most people, believe me, they are regretting why they went to, why you say what, history, philosophy, those A5, and at the end they say A2, that somehow go to A6 because history, econs, and geography. Some people at a point they leave econs, then they add philosophy, creating their own series. That is where people have problems. But when you have the guidance and know what you want to do, believe me, you are not going to go into that aspect. That's where we have problem. But we just have an exciting society. Oh, people just say they want to go to university, they want to go and do this, and it is a scam. Because even when we're going to school, when you see they say list A is for the grammar school and list B is for the technical, and it was just somehow psychologically we were just a software was installed in us, and we think those guys are very dull. But believe me, today where those guys go, you cannot compare them. But even home and abroad, they're the ones surviving, they're the ones thriving. That is the problem we are having. But it is just a system as well, which we also need some of those counselors to come in and be counseling. From one stage to another, from primary school, you have teachers. From secondary school, you have tutors. And going to university, you have lecturers. As you go on, life changes. You need people that need to be talking in your life. Because there's a point your parent will not talk. There's a point your husband or your wife will talk. There's a point that you need somebody that will speak in your life, either spiritually or somebody above you, towards the direction you are going into it. We need those people. We need certain people. You must have somebody who is talking into your life, directing you where you have to go.
All right, thank you. Yes, let's hear from another panelist, entirely different. Kev Connector, second man.
Ouais, on est là, par la grâce de Dieu, on est là. The topic is on education and preparation for the workforce.
Formal education and pretty much your skill matter more than degrees in today's economy, or formal qualification still the true measure of success.
Yeah, so it's a no-brainer. Skills 100% of the way.
Let me ask you your question. Can I ask you your question, then you elaborate and add that?
Okay.
I have a question for you. Is that okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Do degrees still serve as a filter for discipline and commitment, or are they just expensive proof of attendance? That's specifically for Kev.
Proof of attendance.
Yeah, so
Kev, you
in
you like statistics, yes.
Yes, I served that for him. I guess one for barrister self. And when he reach, you go know again. If you all better understand your timing. Even that one for doctor, we keep an eye for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so in the perfect world, right? A college education is supposed to be something that exposes you to a different aspects of the world, so you're well grounded and have experience in many domains, right? We think about, I think the core 10 is like you start with philosophy, then you have mathematics, statistics, physics, chemistry, engineering, biology. And then you start getting into psychology, economics, history, I think those are the core 10. And in university, you're supposed to go through essentially all of that at a higher level so that you have a core fundamental understanding of how the world kind of comes together. And at the end of it, you're supposed to be a better thinker and ultimately a better problem solver so that it doesn't really matter what problem is thrown at you, you're able to problem solve, right? And really to be able to innovate, to be able to not only solve the problem, but to be able to elevate, finding new ways with the exposure that you've had into the different fields, right? At the core of it, that is in the perfect world, the idea of a sound education. But the reality is that, you know, we're extremely underfunded, right, in the schools, in the continent, and the funding is not really there. For you to get a really sound education, you have to go to the top private schools. Well, most schools you have to pay, but you have to go to like the top private schools, where it costs, it's not affordable for a lot of people. And so what you're left with is really an outdated, right, very outdated system that you kind of just you're forced to go through, and there's no correlation to actual readiness for the jobs, and there's no internships either, right? Because one of the core things, at least here in the US and maybe in Europe as well, just call it the diaspora, is right. There's systems in place where, well, I'm sure there's also some of it back home, but if you're not connected,
Thank you.
you don't have those opportunities. But here in the US, there's a system in place where companies have a partnership with universities, right? Where every semester companies come to the universities and they look for students to come do projects within their companies so that they can develop skills, and be ready for the workforce when they come out. So the investment in the talent actually comes from the businesses and the partnership that they have with the universities. And so if a student is serious about his education here in the US, the way it works is that, freshman year, you come in, that first summer, you would have an internship, right? Which is, right, you're working at a company and the company is paying you, and that begins your journey into an apprenticeship in a way, right? And then every summer, the goal is for you to have internships, right? And but the reality is, even here in the US, most people only have maybe one internship, and some even don't have any internships. And so, as you can imagine, without any tangible experience into the workforce, you have no idea, what's out there, and it's very difficult to prepare for something that you have no experience. And then the majority of the teachers, the professors, don't have industry experience, right? They're lifelong educators, right? And so they can't really even get you ready, even if they really wanted to. There's a gap, right? And so, very, very, very important to focus on skills, and because that paper, it's just testing. Yes, you can start a thing and finish a thing, and you have the capacity to learn, right? Which is good. It shows that you can go in a place and you can learn. But the skills, practice, hands-on experience, actually solving problems in the space where you're gonna be working in is very important and it's lacking. And so for me, a way forward is to and we're getting to government, right, a little bit here,
Mm-hmm.
but is to create incentives for companies to partner partner with the universities, partner with the schools. The earlier the better, right? The earlier the better. Uh, to bring in talent, to bring in students inside the companies and have internships, right? And even if it's non-paid internships, right? It's something that gives opportunity for the students to have practical hands-on experience so that when they go back to university and they're studying, they can put they can put what they're learning into in somewhere where it makes sense and they're actually developing real skills. So that would be for me the 80-20, being extremely leveraging the companies to tell the universities, okay, these are the skills that we need today, right? Because the companies
Mm-hmm.
are focused on creating value in the market, and if they don't create value, they don't make money. And so they know what they need. And having that strong partnership with universities really open up the opportunity for the kids to have a real experience. Yup.
Okay.
That's my submission.
Thank you. Thank you. Not perfect. You're welcome. And vegan, you're welcome. Not perfect. Where are you streaming from? Not perfect. Are you with us? Oh, okay.
Yes, Dr. Royalty, like clinicals. I know that the medical school is very heavy, very long, but that aspect of clinicals, right? The aspect of
I
doing.
can't hear you.
Oh, you
Hold
can't
on.
hear me?
No, 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 not you. Go ahead. Finish. Not perfect. No, not people asking if we can hear him.
Okay. Yeah. Commenting on Dr. Royalty's comment on clinicals in nursing, that is exactly it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Having practical hands-on experience, so that when you go back and you're right after those clinicals, you go back to your textbook. The textbooks has a different meaning, right? You start putting things together at a different level, and you actually come out much better and much more ready to um, to serve in your field. So yes.
Okay. Not perfect. Try again one more time. We can't hear you. No? We can't hear you. Are you talking? Yeah, go ahead. It's time for you to speak. Can you hear me? You say I'm not I'm speaking.
We can hear
Just
you.
just just try to drop and
Okay,
come up
moving
again.
on.
Drop.
Yes. Drop him.
Just
We'll
drop in and
see.
bring back up again.
Okay. But Bacon, you're welcome. Barrister, the question for you is, let me see. Okay, bring him back again. Let me see what. I wonder in a PE on outside where it take long for this thing to work. So say it take long for you for loan now.
Mm-hmm. Maybe in village we don't identify a place where they.
I know.
In village where they find the. Can you talk now? Not perfect.
Not perfect. We're still not getting you. We're not still hear you,
Okay,
Papa.
your volume is not perfect. So
If you're using an earpiece, maybe you should remove it.
No,
Me go out any office
Say,
on and back.
no, may it just change
no,
again.
somebody make sense.
That not perfect. The follow you up.
he's settled. He's certainly not perfect.
No, me
Yeah,
go
sorry.
you off your phone
Not
in the front
perfect.
and back.
You have an earpiece. If you have an earpiece, probably disconnect your earpiece.
Okay,
You have an earpiece now?
let's
We
move
just
on.
try for help. All right, we're moving on. All right, Barrister, if you have to advise the next generation, did he say something? Did not say something? No, he didn't. Okay. If you have to advise the next generation, should they invest more in formal education or invest in high income skill independently?
Non-perfect. Your microphone is actually turned off, so you need to turn it on. Okay, go ahead, Barrister.
This question today it go broke my back. But I think before I address these questions, or like to first of all talk on the prompts we have for today. So in the economy we have today, we have seen that things are changing from our traditional system, where we used to just talk about formal education and having degrees. Now we have seen sectors coming up like tech, where you see content creating, you see marketing, you see feels like digital tech and stuff like that. These are things you can just acquire basic skills and you earn a living out of them. But it doesn't change the norm that in the society in which we are still today, despite the fact that the idea of saying um, uh, degrees are not as important for the today economy is too sweet to the ear, especially in this digital age. We don't have to ignore one truth, which says formal education is still the backbone of any serious and organized society. This simply means that degrees are not just a piece of paper. Degrees actually shows that a person has gone through serious training, the person has been disciplined and has gone through a verified learning process. Not be just something way some person go just hook up and learn for internet in a few weeks. Like make we really ask ourselves some simple questions, like you fit actually allow a doctor wey he learn only from YouTube for treat you, or you fit even trust a lawyer wey that lawyer never ever go through law school, say make he defend you for court. I think say most of we our answers then go be no, and it is for the sole purpose say these people not actually pass through the 4 walls of school for get these degrees for proof say they actually get knowledge on these things. We know say we get a few people them way they be so outstanding, where they are billionaires today, like the Mark Zuckerbergs and a couple of few them way they not actually get degree, but they make them in life. But the general rule of law and say wait, you have to pass through through this system to be able to stand a chance, because it's a true. Some professions are not just try by error where you just go try, you say this I don't try where you go fields like medicine, law, engineering, piloting and so many other fields. They not only need that skill, they need to make you don't go through a proper structure where it be regulated and certified. We see and say na degree dey actually guarantee say person actually sabi wetin e dey do and e meet that standard. Another thing na say this degree e dey actually give you credibility and trust. Make we look am for job market in this sense, employers they not just hook up, just look your up, say you don't talk, say I do this thing, I get this skill, I fit do so, I fit do so. They need proof. What is that proof that you actually present to them? It is this degree. So we can see that degrees are recognized proof that you have actually gone through a discipline process, that you've been patient, and you have that knowledge. Because when going through school, it is not just going there to say I'm going to write these exams to pass. It gives you some of these skills as well. The only issue I have is our educational system, especially in Africa or in Cameroon, is not upgraded. We have to update our system to meet the current economy. We have just been stuck in the traditional education system where it was just all about school, where they don't have to incorporate the practical session in it, where they'll tell you live from theory, and it is and you get to apply what you are actually studying in school. So if I'm to advise our young people today on what to do, I'll tell them still go to school. Degree is still the path forward, but you have to go to an institution where you put both in practice, where despite the fact that you are in the four walls of school, despite the fact that you are doing most of the work which is theoretical, you still have a certain degree of you putting actually what you are studying in practice inside that school. So they should include acquiring skills or putting what you are studying into practice in the curriculum in every other field. So I think I'll just stop there for now. Just like Kevin said, it's an 80-20 thing. So I think schools should learn to incorporate that 20%, which will become the practical session of it, of what you are studying. So my advice to youth now is that despite the fact that the world is becoming a digital economy, that degree, despite the skills you have, you need the degree to get into that field. It is the degree that opens the door for you, because there are times you might have that skill and you don't have that recognition. Because when employers are going out there to employ, one of the basic things they said is we need proof that you have this certification, that you have this qualification, and that qualification you can only get it from a degree. So I'll stop there for now, Anya.
But thank you. Vivian, you're welcome. Are you with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I know you were not here when I read the topic for the day. So pretty much it's formal and informal education.
I came late, but I can understand
Right.
from the conversation.
You get it? Should skill matters more than degree, or are formal
Yeah.
qualifications still the gold standard? And it's your turn. And then your question will be, how much success today is about networking and exposure rather than degree or skills? You ready?
Wow, that's a tough one. Is that's a tough one. All right. Also, my two
You can
cents.
you
Right?
just
I don't know anything.
yeah,
My
that's all. You don't there's no right answer here.
And you are prepared to kill people to those questions.
my 2 cents. Like doctor said, right? Barrister said. You see, degree. We actually acknowledge that because, well, you have to start from somewhere. You don't just come out of the blue and then you hit this level and then you start going. You need to start from somewhere, and basic knowledge of just different things, because that's what I'm in Cameroon. Trust me. I'm just saying this from where I've been and what I've seen. Basic knowledge, like from primary school and then secondary school and then university and stuff like that. Our education system here is so diverse that you don't learn a single thing. You actually grasp a little bit of every other thing that is going around you. But then you get to, finally pick something and then you major and then you get a degree in that. And now with the present economy / market, whatever we have right now,
I think
Mm-hmm.
having a degree is good, but it's not enough. The reason why I'm saying it's not enough is because we are playing in a league where you don't just need to know what is needed. You are expected to have practiced